Taurus, we will have a look at the advice for you. So let's have a look. What's coming up around this? What could a relationship with this person look like? How will things be between the two of you? Okay, we have 5 of Wands, but it's come up upright. Okay, Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. Okay, good news is that you have the marriage card and the card of union. So a long-term relationship that could result in engagement, marriage, or remarriage is highly likely with this person. Pisces energy around the relationship could indicate a very deep emotional bond. Pisces energy is a water sign. Pisces can also get deeply attached and deeply invested here. So this could very much be symbolic of falling in a very deep love with each other. Page of Cups, I think you're going to fall in love, or they're going to fall in love. It's almost like head over heels. You didn't see it coming. You weren't expecting it. It just happened, Taurus. And wow, to have that beautiful emotional surprise, and then to have that 4 of Wands together, I think is really beautiful, okay? You're going to enjoy a lot of your courtship stage together as well. 4 of Wands, this person is big on romance, okay? Creating atmosphere, ambience, vibes, doing sweet, thoughtful things. And I sort of touched on this and mentioned it in the general, but I think that's what this person is coming up with. That's what they are wanting to and willing to provide for you romantically. Now, the 5 of Wands to me is upright here, and this shows some dysfunction in your relationship. But it could be dysfunction because of differences of opinion, Taurus, it's almost like the foundations of which can be like trust, future, etc. You have there's something about different values, I think, between the both of you. If it's not that, there's several people pictured in the cards. I'm wondering if there's going to be problems in the relationship because of other people, like friends or disapproving parents. They could prove to be a challenge. Now, it's not to say that you can't get it sorted, because what follows the 5 of Wands is the 6 of Wands, and that's a card of order, of restoration, of success, of victory. So I think it is something you're going to be able to work through. I think it's just going to take time, okay? Definitely going to have patience, okay, temperance with those sorts of things. But issues could arise there, so try to be, I guess, diplomatic when meeting this person's friends and family, because I think that it could be very much a sensitive issue for either this person or for you. I wanted to focus more on this person, so I think it's more from their side than yours. But family traditions could be different. It could even be like if you introduce introduce yourselves to each other's family, and that sort of is a bit of a clash here. So there may be some hurdles there, but nothing I don't think you'll be able to work through. The Page of Cups can also be unrealistic fantasies as well. Okay, so someone could have very high expectations coming into this relationship. So it's like they're setting the bar high, Taurus. So it's like you'll have to aim high, or you'll have to, I guess, really devote yourself to this person in that aspect with that Page of Cups. Page of Cups, pages are known to be inexperienced, youthful, perhaps immature at times. He's not coming up as reversed, but I think with the Page of Cups, because he represents emotion, it could be emotional immaturity on this person's part as well. So I get the sense that they're not too experienced when it comes to love or being empathetic. I think you might be the more mature one coming into this relationship, Taurus. So I think there's unrealistic expectations in how this person wants you to make them feel, in a way, if that makes sense. Like, they might want you to go above and beyond every time, Taurus. And, you know, relationships work both ways. It's 50-50. It can't always be you. But I guess the advice is in how you deal with that emotional immaturity at times. The Ace of Pentacles is coming up as reversed, and this can be things about loyalty and money, finances, assets, and giving. But this is reversed, so there might be complications in those areas. It could also have financial troubles in this connection somehow. or there might be like a competitive energy, like who makes more money, who earns more, who puts more money forward, or who offers more to the other. Taurus, but if this is you coming up as that Ace of Pentacles, you're not going to be overly generous or giving to this person. And I don't know why. The hand is facing the Page of Cups, so I don't know if some of their emotional, immature outbursts are going to put you off a bit. But I think you might not give as much as you normally do when it comes to these relationships. So there's something here that may or may not put you off in a way when dealing with this person and in dealing with this connection. But let's see what the advice is for you. Okay, full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Okay, you're going to help them with some sort of epiphany, Taurus. Or you'll have to help them with some sort of epiphany. Okay, believe in the impossible. And last card, you're very close to achieving your goal. Okay, gibbous moon. All right, the answers you need are coming. Okay, so a lot of talking needs to happen in this relationship. A lot of expression. Gemini is all about communication. So talking about thoughts, feelings, problems, issues are going to help you overcome obstacles in this relationship, especially better communication with, because it's sitting on top of the Five of Wands. I'm wondering if you make more effort with this person's family and friends, there is a possibility that you can overcome those sorts of issues, but also talking to each other. Full moon means things need to be magnified. So things are going to have to be really looked at with a magnifying glass when you're talking. Like, you need to be very specific with this person, Taurus. When there's an issue or when you need to express yourself, whether you say something good or judgmental or constructive or praiseful, you need to be specific and very clear and concise, because that clarity, mental clarity, is what this person is going to need. And the answers you need are coming as well. So at times you may feel like you're going to have to demand or like draw out answers from this person, because they may not always tell you, communicate to you what's going on in their mind. So sometimes at times you'll feel like you're sort of pulling teeth just to get answers from this person, just to get some clarity. So that could be coming up. We do have a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Cancer can be the past. Cancer can be grudges or sentimentality. And I think it's about this person's emotional past, because full moon in Cancer is sitting on top of the Page of Cups, which is Pisces. So straight away that makes me think it's an emotional issue. You're going to help them realize something significant about themselves, whether it's something like how emotionally immature they are, maybe the unrealistic fantasies they put on you. It's a harsh lesson for them to learn, Taurus, but you're going to be the one that's going to teach them that. And I think you've come into their path for a reason. With the Temperance, it's like, I always connect like anything that's sort of major arcana and talks about fate. To me, I think it's meant for that person, or it's meant for you. And I think there's a connection with a lesson here. So personal issue reaches resolution. It could be for you as well, okay? This love may give you some sort of epiphany about yourself emotionally. Areas where you could improve on, areas where you could build on, areas where you need to look into, things you've sort of shied away from or things you've sort of suppressed. That might all come out because it's magnified. Full moons is magnified. It could also be about your past, your attachment style. Because, especially about the crab goes into protecting themselves. So, okay, something about emotional maturity and protecting, or needing to protect, doing it out of self-protection, I think is coming up around this reading. But I think the both of you are going to work through a lot of issues, and I do see a lot of epiphanies here, but they'll be rewarding. They will. Epiphanies, there may be times throughout this relationship where you retreat, okay, you walk away and you have epiphanies whilst you either are distanced or maybe even broken up. There may be a period where you break up temporarily and you go through those epiphanies. I think that needs to happen. You've got the blue moon, so this is a rare connection. Blue moons are rare. It speaks about uniqueness, rarity, believing in the impossible, Taurus. You're going to achieve something very magnificent in this relationship, or something that you didn't think was possible. It did come up. What was the card underneath? Okay, Ace of Pentacles. It could be around money. It could be around loyalty, commitment, consistency, or offering. Or it's like Taurus, you might be very, you normally are known to be quite a generous sign, especially to the people that you really care about. But you might notice that the way in which, how generous you are, how giving you are, how much of yourself you're offering is very rare, or it's very infrequent. Like you might show appreciation normally in relationships more often than with this person. So something that you're going to be doing is going to be very rare. It could also be them. I only think it's you because the Ace of Pentacles is underneath. But if it's them, then I think you have to have belief in this connection. Because the impossible, or what seems impossible with this person, is absolutely attainable, is absolutely possible. So that's refreshing to see, I feel. That's very refreshing to see in this connection. And then you have you're very close to achieving your goal with the Four of Wands underneath. This is powerful. This is, you're almost going to feel like this is a bit of a challenge, this relationship, but you're going to get a lot of emotional rewards. We've got the gibbous moon here, so almost at a full moon here, almost reaching a climax. You're going to reach a very significant chapter with this person. And for a lot of you, it is around engagement and marriage, or even long-term commitment. So a solid connection is possible, and you'll be very close to doing that. I also want to say for some of you Taurians, this love could be the one that you have before you actually get married. Now that could be to another person, but this could be your step, because it says you're very close to achieving your goal. It may not be them, but you may come close to having those things. And then once you learn your lessons with this person, the next relationship, because for some of you, this won't be your happily ever after, but for others, this is going to be the predecessor, the relationship that's going to come before the marriage, before the next step, before the significant chapter that you're searching for in love. So very exciting, actually. But I will leave it at that, Taurus. So thank you again for tuning in.